Good evening and thank you. I'm Amanda Parrish Block. I live at 13 DeBerry Place in Summit, New Jersey. So thank you for this opportunity to discuss a segment of Summit's population that is both important and hidden. Summit has so much to offer. I was born and raised here. I chose to raise my daughter here. Our excellent schools, our beautiful tree-lined streets, our vibrant and diverse families, but the people who make Summit work, our workers, often cannot afford to live here. I come to you on behalf of Grace, an organization that I founded 2 years ago, founded on the idea that our great community can meet any need that occurs in our community. Every Tuesday night, we offer fresh produce, milk, eggs, toiletries, period supplies, even bathroom tissue at Grace's refrigerator at Christ Church. People, Summit's working poor, Summit's restaurant workers, landscapers, painters, car wash attendants, phlebotomists, medical lab workers, teachers, people whose jobs have gone from stable employment to contract work, make up our line of 90 families a week. That's more than 330 individuals a week who come to us for their family's essentials. And we also provide clothing, household goods, and baby gear for Summit's neediest through Grace's Closet. And this winter, we have provided more than 300 coats. And today I received a request from CHAT, the Hispanic Working Group, for more than 40 coats for incoming families into Summit. We provide nutrient-dense snacks to Summit schools that do not serve breakfast because of USDA funding. And we also work in collaboration with the Food Bank and the Y to provide weekend food for families who rely on school food service. But why do we do this? Grace came to be because we have a crisis. We have 2 Summits. 25% of Summit's families cannot afford their essentials of life. They choose between heating their homes and buying food, putting gas in their cars and buying medicine. Extended illnesses, car trouble, things along those lines cause major crises and could potentially cause homelessness. I could stand here all night and tell you anecdotes that are the faces of need in our town, but data tells the whole picture. And it's my pleasure to introduce to you James Horn, the Executive Director of the United Way of Greater Union County, to share with you his professional understanding and the research about the state of our city. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Amanda. Good evening, everyone. As Amanda stated, I'm the CEO of United Way of Greater Union County, where our offices are located in Elizabeth. Some of you might know that several years ago, the United Way of Summit, New Providence, Berkeley Heights merged into our organization. So it's been very important for us to stay connected to the Summit community and ensure that we understood and were providing for the services of Summit residents. I met Amanda, I think 4 or 5 years ago. She had worked with us to do a presentation on the needs of the Summit community, and we actually had a very good community forum to talk about some of the statistics, and we keep refreshing the data. So just by way of where we see some of the challenges for some of the population in Summit, about 6% of the individuals that live in Summit are in poverty. About 15% of those additional people are what we call the working poor, so folks that are really struggling to make ends meet. We also noticed through our last data analysis that a large number of the challenged individuals are women over 75 years old. And so we really try to work to understand how to provide for services for those folks. In addition to that, we see a large number of individuals that English is their second language, and about 25% of the population. And then of those people in poverty, about 30% have not graduated. So we've done some statistical analysis. We've talked to folks to come up with some of what the pressing issues are. Obviously, limited food in the house, access to basic needs, limited transportation options, issues for children trying to study, and privacy in the homes for some of those families are a real challenge, and the limited ability for parents to interact with those families. So what United Way has done, working with Grace and other organizations and some like the Connections, like the YMCA and others, to really begin to understand how we could work together to support those families. So it's really been our honor and privilege to work with Amanda and others, and we're very much committed to continuing to work in the community to support families and to be that backbone organization bringing folks together. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Pardon. All good. kindergarten. Okay. Joseph's last. Okay. Thank you. So we ask you, our leaders, our neighbors, to help us. In your role as Summit's leaders, we ask for your support in bringing stability and equity to our neighbors. And we might not know the situation that they're in. A lot of these financial crises are so carefully hidden. And we are valuing and we commend your attention that you're spending on such issues as full-day kindergarten, affordable housing, and benefits for those employed by the city and the schools right here. But on the short term, the smaller scale, we're asking our community to help us raise funds for winter gear for Summit's most vulnerable who are exposed to the elements as they go through our daily life in our town. And we're also raising funds, we meaning Grace and the United Way, to act as a safety net for families living on the brink, families who face eviction or foreclosure, people who cannot get to work because of inconsistent transportation, and people who cannot afford life-preserving medication. We also seek volunteers of all ages and all abilities. We currently have a program right now with Summit High School's non-traditional track, students who are past 12th grade who are looking for pre-employment training. We provide volunteer opportunities for them, and we invite all who would seek to support Grace to come and help us. And if you'd like to join our cause, we hope that you'll find us at the Junior League of Summit's website, the United Way of Greater Union County's website, or via Facebook at Grace Summit, New Jersey. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, James. I'm going to open up for questions or comments from members of council.
Thank you.
Mayor, please.
You do great work, and I've been watching, and what for the last couple of years, and what I want to commend you is not just sort of moving forward with what you see as a need in your silo, but working with all the other groups in town that are trying to help the folks in this community who need our assistance. So the connection, the why, and working with SAPF to try to have a conversation that brings together everybody who can, and certainly through the Interfaith Council. So I appreciate everything you're doing, and we want to be helpful. That's why it's great to hear what you're doing, so that we can all, collectively, if we think of things, know how to reach out to you.
Please do. We are a collaborative effort, and I should also announce, and I failed to before, we are opening our second location of Grace's Refrigerator when the Recreation Center opens. It will be part of the senior lounge, and it will be senior focused. So food that is more tailored to senior specific nutrition needs, food that is easy to eat and easy to digest.
Great.
Thank you.
Let me ask Beth, please.
If residents are listening to this and want to get involved, what's the best way? Are there lists on the Facebook page of items that you need regularly? Can donations be made? You said you need new coats. Can they be dropped off? Can you just talk a little bit if people are listening, or if residents hear this and want to participate and partner with you, how's the best way for them to do that?
Certainly. Facebook is the easiest way to communicate with Grace. If someone would like to give a monetary donation, they can go to jlsummit.org and hit the donate button and specify Grace, and we will receive those funds. If someone wanted to donate coats or baby gear or bathroom tissue, we accept all donations at Christ Church.
Okay, great. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you.
And thank you again. We've worked together in the past, and I know firsthand all the great work that you do and how really so appreciated it is by so many members of the community, and how you've given a very respectful and helping hand to a lot of the members of the community that need it. And really, really great work.
Thank you.
Okay, now, is there any members of the public that have any comments or questions? Let me just close by thanking you for coming in to talking. As the mayor said, it is really important. In some ways, I always say, when we have these council meetings, there's lots of people who never come to council meetings. And that is not because necessarily they're not interested in what's going on here. It is that they have a lot of other things in their lives that they need to take care of. But it's very important to hear what their needs are, because we sometimes can hear some pockets of information from different groups, but we might not hear the cross-section. And this community is very diversified. If you walk, like many of us have, through this entire town, we have a pretty good sense of the wide range socioeconomically that is this town. And we need to make sure that we are taking care of all the residents in this town. So I thank you for coming in, both of you, and for telling us, and certainly we're here to help if we can. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Okay.